Jess, how do you feel about Declan drawing a penis?
Agreed.
No response. Valid. I still can't. But Xander, my professor sent out an email to our class. It was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be in the shop, like the machine shop, like, uh, on like sometime during Saturday, but nothing on Sunday. I'll be at church and then I'll be watching the F1 race." He wants to send an official email to the entire class.
That's great.
I'm like, "Yes, sir." I've discovered there's another F1 nerd in that class as well. Wait, do you actually? I don't. You probably don't know who this is, but do you know who Jacob Cruzen is, Xander?
Doesn't sound familiar, no.
Okay, I doubted it. He's a junior this year, so. But he's robotics, yeah. And he's an SPM of the freaking.
All right.
He was Riley Harrow's like replacement for
Okay, yeah.
the modular mobility team.
Big
Are we
shoes to
ready?
fill.
Yeah, real.
I might know him. Like, there's a Jacob that might fit those qualifications in my mind, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
I suppose so.
I think we're good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Top 25 stream.
It's about to be so boring because Anu's not here to make it funny.
So,
I don't know. I might
I don't
have
know.
some
Some of my
weird
picks
We'll
might be
see.
pretty funny.
Yeah. We'll still disagree.
Yeah, no, we'll still disagree, just not as much.
I'm scared.
All right.
Here we go.
So we'll
gents.
have.
Also, you
So
spelled
this is
aggregate wrong.
jokingly Anu's list.
What is the
Aggregate.
surprise list?
All right.
Wait, did I spell that right? I actually don't know if I did.
Honorable
Yeah, I did,
mention.
okay.
Honorable
Aggregate, yeah.
mention. All right, valid. Nas.
Honestly, I
I-
respect this. Oh, okay. Archie honorable mention. As much as like I don't like Archie, but like I don't think you can put him that low.
I didn't have him in my top 25 originally.
There's no way though.
I originally had cheese.
You had
You had
cheese over
cheese?
Archie?
I feel like there's a lot of players that did a lot more than Cheese. I mean,
Cheese
Just
was
because I wanted to. That's my
Cheese
main
was
thing.
Okay.
Cheese was great in like the first split, but that was like it. Like Archie was like cooking. Like I don't like Archie, but he did work. I can't even lie.
Well, I mean, he didn't do that much work the first split. And like I don't know. I don't know. I
But
just
yeah,
didn't
but
see much.
I don't know.
I also-
He's literally the like an arguable like top 3 player at Worlds.
Yeah.
Also,
how
yeah,
are you
like
filling in the aggregate, Declan?
So this is gonna be honorable mentions 0.5, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like all the way up to 25. Number 1 gets 25 points.
Oh,
or
okay.
you could just yeah, okay. And also, once again, or not once again, sorry. A Chronic is I just want to put it in here because I like a Chronic. And also because they almost beat BDS one regional in the finals. And I
Facts.
completely forgot that it happened.
I had in my like question marks of do I add them? I did have a Chronic.
Yeah.
I also
Because
had a
There,
Well,
there's one
he
player
was
low
on-
down on my list that I think you guys will be a little surprised at. Or like,
he's
I
on
think you'll
Luna
like.
Galaxy, right? Or he was.
He was, yeah. It
Which
was him,
is when-
Comic and Tox.
That sounds right. Yeah, I know it was a Chronic and Atomic,
Yeah, it was.
and they were the ones that got second in the
Yeah, the final one.
sixth.
I completely forgot that happened.
Yeah.
All right.
I honestly, I went back and looked at Regional 6 just to remind myself.
I did too.
Who else did I have?
I completely forgot.
I
that all of
forget
that
who I
happened.
had. I think I had
I had Rafinho, Radosin, and
I know.
Alpha.
Yeah, Drafinho. You don't.
Drafinho's
Oh yeah, no, I
my-
didn't have Rados. Chronic. I think Jack or not Jack. Sorry, Droyo was a honorable mention.
Yeah,
I think Foxer was
Drafinho-
there.
Drafinho and Hoxer and Chronic were all in
Mhm,
my.
I coulda had
Brad was there for
pool.
me.
Brad,
Yeah, okay, sure.
Fiber.
I actually did have Fiber. Fiber was peaking at Worlds.
He was popping.
He was really good. I've been thinking he was kind of overrated for a while, but he did really well.
All right, 24 or 25.
Yes, sir.
I saw who your
yeah.
25 is. Surprise. Also, I guess Connor, you can elaborate on your troll ones.
No, you'll see. You'll see. I'll elaborate. Elaborate when we get to a funny
Oh.
one.
Okay.
Props.
I don't know. Where's Drops? That's Sam, right?
Yes, drops is Sam.
I have Yoria's.
You spelled it wrong.
Yours. Oh, you're
Yoris.
actually Jaurez.
Jaurez.
Honestly, make
You still spelled it wrong.
What? How do you spell it?
Jorius. It's literally it's how you say the name.
Joria's? No shot.
Yes, it is.
Jorius.
Look it up. I literally
What
went
the
to.
frick? How have I spelled this wrong the entire time?
I literally looked up. Also, how is he on your list?
I would have made Jory as an honorable mention. I would not have put him on
Brother,
the list yet.
that M80 team was garbage.
Yeah, they didn't
Bro,
do
did
anything.
you see what he did in
EWC, congrats.
Yes.
Yeah, he did random.
I think he
random
did pretty well.
carried.
He did pretty well in FIFA E.
I was
No,
saying
yeah,
he also
he-
did pretty
he's-
well in PPE.
No,
so
he's
that's why
done
it's like,
well. He's done well.
I think
but I'm
that's
like,
why he still gets a top 25 for me. Is because like
I
I
can't
still
give
think
him
it's.
really
I
freaking
still
can't
think
give
it's
him that.
honorable mention.
I can't give him that yet. Like next season, he'll probably be able to land his.
Like
team's
I didn't
good.
even give Nas top 25, and that's based.
And I think
I think Nas
think-
deserves it. I just haven't seen anything from him yet. I think he'll
I don't know
definitely
if I
get
think
there.
Nas deserves it yet, but yeah, I think he
Also-
will.
Okay,
Connor,
fair enough.
Yeah.
having Fever that low is just unbelievable. I can't believe you did
Unbelievable.
that.
Also, yeah, no, I'll be honest, Fever was the best player for most of you this year, and I wanted to put him a little higher, but I was like,
I was debating on him or
I
Banana
don't
Head, and
know.
I was just like, I like Fever more. I don't know if I'm
also
wrong, but
again, bro. Also, how do you have Jorius over Archie?
I preferred. When I did this, I preferred Jorius over Archie.
That's insane. That's insane. I mean, maybe skill wise, like yeah, sure, there's an argument, but Archie's like actually had proven results this year, and Jorius hasn't. But no, I think Fever is the best player in OCE by a pretty decent margin at this point. So I'm taking him.
He's just a chill guy.
He's
Yeah,
a
he's
chill
just a chill guy. Seiko.
Wow.
I want to rate him higher. I really, really do.
Whoa.
I really, really, really do.
Uh-oh.
I really want to rate Seiko higher because I think if like on this team that he's on next year, I think he'll probably look a lot like the Seiko I'm used to seeing because he's gonna have Radosin instead of Itachi. But this year, Seiko just kind of like chilled. He just took a back seat, kind of relaxed. Like if I'm rating him off of this year's performance and like where he's been so far, I think he's been around this mark. If I rated him at how good I think he can be, he's probably somewhere around 11 or 12. Actually, probably higher. If I think he's really playing up to his best, it's probably around like 5 or 6. But I was just looking back and I'm like I'm looking at the people I have up there. I'm like all these guys are like really the best player on the team. They always did everything they needed to. Seiko did everything he was asked to, but he wasn't the guy on his team this year. And I have to like kind of take that into consideration. I want to put him higher though, and you know this. I like both you know this. Yeah, I loved that Gentlemates team. At the end of the season at least, I was a massive doubter,
say,
but they
did
proved me
you?
wrong. No, yeah, I was a massive doubter, but I still wanted them to succeed. I liked the team.
Mhm.
But they proved me wrong, and like I think Seiko probably will go higher next year. It's just from what I saw of him this year, like he was arguably like the least impactful player on Gentlemates. Just because he wasn't like Juicy was constantly applying pressure, constantly having like a bunch of on-ball chaos. Itachi was like finishing everything, and then Seiko was just being solid. Like it was like the Vatira role at like a couple of years ago on Moist when they first like went big, where Vatira was like, yeah, I'm really good, but I'll just like defense.
Hmm.
Like I think he's better than this for sure, but
I just think it's still too low.
I think that's fair.
That's
I
probably a
don't
little
like
low,
I
but
don't like
we'll
putting
see.
him there either, but I'm like the players I have above him, like I kind of like how much impact they had.
I did this based off who I'd rather have, and I still have Seiko over
I
a lot of these
I did that mostly too, but I was like, well, Seiko, I haven't seen Seiko be Seiko in over a year. I don't know like where that puts him at level wise.
All right. Oh,
AJ, he's retired.
He's
Connor,
retired.
CRR that low? Incredible.
Why is Rise on your list?
That's a great question. I considered taking him off, but I never did.
I want Rise on my list, to be honest. But like
After PPE, I should have taken him off.
after the year he had, I couldn't do
I
it.
should have taken him off. I honestly should have taken him off. That's like, I went through a couple of revisions for my thing, but I just
Yeah,
never.
like Rise is amazing, but this year he was the worst player on that team, and he was the reason.
Absolute, and he had one of the worst splits I've ever.
Oh, he was the reason
ever.
he was the reason they didn't do well. In both the times that they were like Atao was arguably the best player in the world when they were at their best. Not the best player, but like he was the best player on that team when they were peaking, and Rise was just kind of doing solid, and then Rise dipped off and was consistently
Yeah,
terrible.
I should probably switch him with Archie, honestly. Or
Yeah,
not even like have Rise then Metro. I don't know, but
you know.
Not put Jorio's up
That's-
higher.
that is my one regret I have on this list.
Yeah. No,
I
again,
think I have Rise a little higher. I forget where I ended up slotting
you have
him in.
Rise on. You have Rise higher.
Yeah, somewhere.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, let me.
I couldn't bring myself.
Oh, I shouldn't.
Oh,
No,
no.
I'm not gonna spoil the list.
In hindsight, yeah, I should have put Seiko higher, but I was like, I don't know, it was hard for me to do it. I'm like looking at my
bad.
list now.
You bet a.
Feedback.
Honestly, that's actually a reasonable rating for Fiber, considering the context. Yeah, I will explain that one once we get to wait. Okay, where's the earliest funny one? Okay, two more rankings, and then we have a funny
Okay,
one.
so yeah,
Um,
CRR. I'm glad both of us agree on
Yeah,
that. Like
CRR is
should
great.
have been on this list. Appjack this Appjack this low. I am still.
I was not impressed with them this year.
Really. I still thought he's at least like top 20.
Congrats, I'm 2 points like 2 slots down on that. Like, sure, maybe, but I looked at all the players
Like, at the
above him, and
minimum.
we're like, I looked at all the players above him. I'm like, they accomplished more. I think they did better for their teams. Like, I don't know. I didn't think Jack did that much to convince me. And even I don't know. He didn't look himself. None of that team looked themselves this year. But I didn't think I could, considering how poorly Gen G did. I couldn't bring myself to put him
I still
much
think
higher.
Jack played really well.
I don't think so
Well,
though.
not
He looked
extremely well, but he still played like he was the best player on Gen G.
no.
Yeah, well,
He was the most consistent player on Gen G. He wasn't the best. He was the most. He was the most mid I've ever seen Jack look. Like mid in the sense of like he just looked like a generic player. He did not look great. I don't know. I wasn't all that impressed with
Also,
any of
I
Gen
guess
G this
is
year.
Appjack NA or EU? I think he's,
He's EU
He-
now,
well,
I think.
Let's say
that's
he's
what I say.
well. They actually don't know. It's Stizzy, Jorius, Jack. So they could be EU. They could be NA.
Here, I'm gonna go based
yeah,
off
yeah,
what
that's
they
true.
played.
Yeah, leave him.
last year.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
would
would
leave
have
it
done.
red.
Yeah,
Which means Jorius gets the.
yeah.
CRR
does-
technically gets yellow.
I like the juicy pick. I just couldn't find a spot that I thought he was better than someone at. Like, I think the only player I was really like I could switch out here was CRR, and I wanted to give CRR his props.
I also don't have Juicy on my list.
That's fair.
It was just hard to find a place for him.
Alright.
21.
Yeah,
On
29.
Neyland. For Was.
Wow.
Joyo,
Yeah.
That's also a crazy pick.
Joyo.
That's a crazy pick.
What, too
I-
high?
Like
you guys don't even have him?
He's on this
No.
list.
You guys
I
have
don't
him.
have him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have him.
I don't have him.
Oh,
How is
okay.
he on-
You're saying yeah, he's too high.
I'm saying he's on the. Yeah, I'm like, how is he on this list? What did Joyo do all year? Like they went to Worlds and Archie was like a top like 5 player, and
I think the
Au-
whole
and
Oxygen team gets a shout. I like
think that's-
sure Archie did a lot, but I think the whole team had
I
to
think
come
that's
together for
fair.
that.
I think Joyo was the least impactful player.
That's why I don't even have him like.
Oh
mentioned.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
have
have-
Archie lowered. I should have those switched. But
I have both of.
I don't
I have
think-
both Archie and Oski on my list, but I didn't think Joyo was impactful enough.
Mhm. Why
No, I
were
do have-
Was so low?
I was just like I
Yeah,
was like, well, because whenever they would choke, it was Rawas usually who would bottle it, and B, I don't know. He was again the least impactful player on the team. Like Kalirs and TRK in the tournament that they almost won. Everybody's like, oh, it's these two for MVP conversations. Nobody
Mhm.
really thought about Ross that much.
Mhm.
Like, if you're the third best player on your team, and your team is like top 3, top 4 in the world, they're probably like somewhere between 2 and 3. Like I don't know. I didn't want to rank him all that much higher because I thought Kalirs and TRK deserved like quote unquote more separation. I don't know.
I understand that, but I don't know. I still feel it's a little too like he's still super good. But I also have to remember this is like top 25 in the world, and the world is so like.
I'm also
different
looking
than
at
the
like
major
like
rank.
if I'm thinking about like the third best player on each team, like all the thirds I have above him are like, yeah, that player on that team was better than Ross was for his. I don't know. That's what I thought. But like, I think Ross is great, but I think he was the least valuable of Falcons.
That's fair, but I think the least valuable Falcons is still better than who I assume you have Nalpo on this list.
I can't. There's no way I can put Ross where I put Naupo. Absolutely not.
Okay, you didn't put him there.
I
Should have been short for
I did.
complexity.
Yeah. Okay. So, you wanna guess who made this list?
Like
Um,
legit list or troll list?
You'll just guess the person.
well,
The person that made the surprise list?
they obviously
Jess.
know the
No,
no,
not
it's not
Jess.
Jess because they obviously know that complexity is a team. And that
Actually,
Sean is
no, he
no?
doesn't.
Oh, okay. Like
it is-
complexity was
is it
just like
Sean?
a random
No, it is
name.
Michael Jermaine Saunders Jr. I had Mikey write
Oh,
this, and
Mikey.
I gave him a list of 100 players from like that were like land. They made land this year, or like I thought they were competitive and comparable. And I just
Yeah,
gave him a
yeah,
list, and next to a couple of them, I wrote like,
So that that's one number.
Oh, boy.
I saw
Yeah.
who the number one was. I
Okay.
won't spoil it, Xander. No, don't spoil
No,
it.
I'm not going to. But okay, so like I gave there were some things that I thought were funny that I gave like little hints to,
Mm-hmm.
and I wrote like com in parentheses short for communism. I wrote Arsenal is black. Evo is also black. And then AJ was the next player below it and wrote is not black.
That's great.
So I gave him some like fun little tidbits and he made the list. But yeah.
We got our first atomic mention by none other than me.
I'm
I-
surprised
I-
I didn't have
Gold.
atomic the lowest.
I liked
And
it.
then-
Oh, actually, wow.
Are you actually that surprised?
You
Bro,
might have.
I put atomic, no. I almost didn't put atomic on this list.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's
I-
crazy, and
for-
you still
for
have him higher than me.
The team that made
Yeah,
every great
exactly.
battle had to be on this list. Well,
Yeah,
okay. I
exactly.
think you might end up having him the lowest, Xander, or the highest. Sorry, unless it's like this next.
Oh
pick.
yeah, because
No,
look at
it's
that.
not next. Okay,
His
wow, I
comment
do
is
have him
atomic.
highest. Not by much,
Yeah.
but I do have him highest.
I was like, I also didn't rate him much
Also, here's Napo.
higher. Wow. Okay.
And then there's Raj.
Wow, Rice. Okay.
J-Nabs, let's go! The knapsack is mentioned!
That's the wrong red. You chose
I
the.
know.
No,
I was...
Oh, I can't tell
Uh,
what's Declan editing something because it like switches colors sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
I understand that Rise didn't have a good year, but again the
yeah.
list is still over. Like, who would I pick for my team? And again, I still have hope in Rise. And what he's gonna team with Nopo, right? Him and Nopo and
Supposedly,
somebody
that-
in Mina.
How the frick is that gonna work?
I have
Which
no idea.
yeah, no idea how that's gonna work.
But no, my thing is like with if I really wanted to go like who I purely thought was the best player in the world and completely ignore results, Seiko would be higher, Jack would be a little higher, for me, and Rise would be on this list. And I'm realizing there's a little bit of inconsistency, and you'll see what I mean later.
Mhm.
But I don't know. After the year that Rise had, and like I think I had to reflect Rise's failure to help his team out when it mattered most this
Yeah.
season.
That's fair.
Like, because I thought that was the reason KC did not accomplish what they
Rise
wanted to.
definitely took a
Yeah, I
step back
gotcha.
this year.
Well,
That's
to be
for
fair,
sure.
at Worlds he still looked good. At Worlds he looked like back
Yeah,
to
like
decent.
yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know.
Exactly.
I wasn't impressed with Rise.
I wasn't impressed either, but I thought he looked like solid. Whereas
Exactly.
like in,
19.
that's fair. But
Exactly,
what,
23.
well, Xander, when the other thing is that he was the reason they missed the major, and then in the major that they did make, he was the reason they lost. I have to think about that. Where like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they
yeah, for sure.
when they didn't win the first major, as everybody's like, oh, they're definitely gonna win. I looked at that last series, and Rise was like the worst I'd ever seen him, and that like, I guess that's starting to become a trend. Is like me seeing moments where like people collapsed and who like ranking them lower as a result. Ross is that way.
Mhm.
Rise is that way.
In some sense,
There's-
Atomic probably is that way.
Atomic is a little
Yeah.
bit that way.
Yeah.
Like
But I
if
think
not for that,
everyone else has knocked him, but that's also because I was already an Atomic hater.
I honestly, I didn't even. It wasn't really the thought process that came to mind was the Atomic whiffing that because it was like a little unlucky, but it was more just like, I don't know. I thought that he was solid, but I didn't think that the like hype that he was getting was as warranted as everybody said it made it out to be.
Also, I find it funny that Mikey has the entirety of OG on this roster.
He
It's basically
does.
just
He
basically
does.
just Owen making this list.
I think Owen would have
That would've been
AJ on
funny.
there.
I would have DM'd Owen to be. I should have DM'd Owen to be like, hey, yo, you want to make a list?
That
That would
would
have
have
been
been
so
good.
funny. No, plans for next time. WWW.
Run, no script aggregate. Did someone explain to John what aggregate means?
Combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, total listing. I like the average.
Oh, double Oski.
Yeah, okay, I like that. I like that lost pick as well. I think we're all pretty solidly like in the right ballpark on lost. And Oski. Same with the both.
I don't
Let's
think
go,
there's
Connor and I
any-
agreed.
I don't think there's any
Yeah.
bad picks here.
I think this is good. I like this for lost. I like this for Oski.
Yep. All right.
Like again, I think like there's been discussions in the past like Oski could be like a top like 8 player in the world, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah.
But like he hasn't been that in a little
Sorry,
bit.
John.
Like he
Script,
hasn't
I'm working on it.
been
I
quite
forgot
that
because
great
my
lately.
computer shut
We'll see
down.
what he does next year though.
17. Alpha made the
Wow.
list.
There's my
Holy.
atomic. Wow.
Trolley 17.
Alpha made the list.
Alpha.
I
Yeah,
mean-
that's oof.
I think that's
Uh,
yeah.
I
I know.
see it, but I mean, yeah.
I think I like this is where this is what I was talking about earlier with like the inconsistency of like how I rank things. Like Seiko was underwhelming, or not underwhelming, but like wasn't as good as I thought he was. And Alpha was even more that way, but my brain is still like, oh, Alpha's still really good though. Like I'm still like that's still hard coded into my brain. And so like I'm like realizing now I'm like, yeah, even though I do like where my list ended up, I'm realizing that like, oh, I didn't really structure it quite the way I wanted to. But I think Alpha is like far further into this list for me than Rises. Drawley 17, I think is actually if you
So
guys really
here's my.
if
I'll
you
say
guys really
my
don't like
reasoning
Alpha,
is because I think every one of these players I would 100% take over him.
there's no way. Drawley's like there's like 7 players in the world that take over Drawley.
Ah,
Like I don't know where you have him, Xander, but I'm assuming it's a
pretty
decent bit
freaking
high.
high.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Like I was like, I have him pretty high. Like when I first made this list, Drawley was down around here, and I was like, wait, why the frick is Drawley down here? And I bumped him up like 12 spots. Like, yeah, I kind of like just
yeah, I'm
ignored.
looking at all my things, and maybe this next one you could argue, and maybe the one after that, but all the other ones
You
I
have
like.
Ross above this point. And
Yes.
You take Drawley. You take
Okay,
Ross
maybe
above-
not that. Yeah, the next 3 is like maybe these next 3 are like the only ones
Okay,
I.
let
Or
me-
maybe
let me-
4, 5, or 6.
You're pulling a T-bait. It's like, oh, all my top 8 are all the same.
My
Like,
list
they're all-
demands
oh,
it.
No, I wouldn't take.
my
him.
list demands it. My list demands it.
All
Like,
right.
I'm trying to think. Like, you're taking. I mean, I guess I get exotic over Drawley.
I was gonna say, do you pick exotic over Drawley?
I picked exotic over Drawley.
Do you pick first
That's
killer over?
also-
I mean, you're picking first killer over Drawley, which isn't like unfair, but I
It's
just.
unfair, but I can understand the argument for it. I personally would pick for FK over Drawley.
I don't know.
Although actually after this year, I probably shouldn't have. But you
Yeah,
know.
I was first killer is much lower on my list than he ever would have been otherwise if not for this year. He
His
was
first
he was
Yeah, me too.
killer-
this was the first year I've ever seen where first killer like didn't look.
Adele!
Wow. Dang.
Wow!
Not a Tau fan, huh?
I
I
think
thought he was the
they were all mid.
wow. I mean, I thought but I thought a Tau was exceptional. Like I've been the biggest like Vatira backer for ages. I thought a Tau was like amazing. I thought he was the best player on that team for most of for pretty much all the year. 12 points.
I mean, honestly, to be fair, I'm still kind of in that like, I have no idea where to rank KC players.
That's real. That's actually real.
Yeah. So I mean, I understand. I think Atal has the ability to move up, but for now, he's there for me.
I guess I'll accept that. What's it called? There was something I was just saying about his first killer. This is the first year I've seen first killer where like there hasn't been a single time where he looked like he was just overtaking a series. Where he was just
Oh yeah, fair.
like I remember in years like the years before this, like you just see a series and first killer would just score things that no one else could. You just do things that no one else has. And I'd be like, that's first killer. Like there's a goal that he scored against Oxygen a couple years ago. Like Anu and I one time did like a guess the pro thing. Um and I showed that replay from like Oli's perspective or something. And he saw first killer score. I was like, oh, that's first killer. Like it's just one of those goals. Um and I never saw that from him this year, so he's lower than he usually would be.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the lowest first killer has been since he's made the top 25 list.
Yeah, agreed.
Speaking of first killer,
Bop.
Wow, goodness. I wouldn't have him that low.
it's tough because I wanted him and Jack. I wanted to put them so much higher. I couldn't get myself to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alir's 15.
Yeah, that's kinda crazy.
I
You're
didn't
rating. How high do you rate Naopo?
That's a great question. Uh,
How
very
much you
high.
phone?
That's gonna cook. That's gonna come eventually.
Very, very high. I think he's like Jan but better. But no, Clears is another player that like I wanted to rate higher, but I wanted to give like I thought that like the players who are above him had higher impact this season. And yeah, I am realizing more and more that I'm like I did do this
Did
more
you
on
also
I did do this
take
more on
FIFA E into account?
no, I made this before PvE.
Yeah, I only
Um,
changed a couple.
I
things from
changed
FIFA E.
like 3 things after FIFA.
I did not touch it from FIFA Eve, mostly because I didn't get to watch any of the games. I just saw
Same.
the results. And I don't really want to just take results and be like, oh, it's good enough.
Yeah.
But no, I like I'm more and more we go through this, I'm realizing I rated them more on the like how I thought their season went than like how high I think they could be. Because Clears, again, there was a tournament where he was in arguments for MVP before they like bottled it in the finals. Like he could be as high as like 5, but um I think I thought TRK was the best player on the team by a good bit, so I kept him lower.
Yeah, TRK
Yeah.
definitely was. I don't know. I feel like people are underrating TRK. That's scary
People
to say.
people have underrated TRK for a
Like
lot
that's
of.
so dumb to say
They've
that people are underrating
marginally
TRK because
they've
TRK
marginally
is
underrated
like.
TRK. Also, I will openly admit this: Mikey rated Seiko closer to where I should have rated him than I did.
Facts. Good job,
Mikey,
Mikey.
good job, Mikey. I cannot lie. That one's a
Honestly, if someone put CRR there, I would not be too upset.
I yeah, I'll back down on the Seiko pick. I think that was poor, and Alpha probably shouldn't be that high.
Oh, double exotics!
Double exotic.
Raise the bull!
The
Raise
bull!
Raise
Let
bull.
me
I mean,
tell you about the bull.
He did kind of carry Chile in FIFA
He
E.
definitely did.
He really did. I mean, they like the two other players were good, but like
But
they're like top 8 team players in Sam, not like Raise
Yeah.
Bull, who's insane.
yeah,
I think everything's fine here.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like.
But I don't know, you guys. You guys have exotic way too low.
Wow, that's our most unanimous pick by far.
Yes.
There he is.
There's Nopa. Okay.
Yeah, I genuinely think. Now I don't know how well he'll do with that whole Rise situation. That
Frosty.
that just seems a
The
little bit.
snowman.
Yeah, no, he saw Frosty and was like, "Oh, that's a funny name."
Honestly, could
Dude,
be next year.
Next year, honestly, I don't
Frosty
hate it.
could cook. Frosty could cook. But no, I like that Space Station team. I think they'll do well.
13.
But no, Naopo, like I don't know how well that thing will go with Rise, but I think he could very quickly become the best player out of Mina next year.
Hot take.
Yeah, I'll say it's a hot take. It definitely is, but like I genuinely think he could just genuinely come out of nowhere and be the best. And this is coming from somebody who's rated TRK as probably the most efficient player in the world for a long time.
Nope, we're 13 in the world already.
I
And he's
think.
made one land.
Well, I know that. Yeah, again, as I said earlier, I'm realizing the inconsistencies in my list, but like, I don't know. I'll die on the hill. I think Naopo will be him next year. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'll take this bold pick. Yeah, Frosty is
That's
cooking.
yeah.
No,
that's
what was the one? Okay, I'm gonna go back through Mikey's list, and he missed a couple that annoyed me. He missed Juicy, and I was like, how do you not include like Juicy? Like he was just picking off of like vibes and like
Yeah,
names.
yeah,
And I was
sure.
like, Juicy, bro. And then like, what was the other one that he missed? He missed. I think he included Dorito. I
Yeah,
think
that's
he
a good
did.
one.
What was the other one?
He better have included the black people.
You shall see.
I
He
have no
he-
doubt.
he didn't include Squishy. I included Squishy as one of the names that he could have
Oh.
included.
That's
I
crazy.
wrote out fully Squishy Muffins, and it wasn't included. Same thing with Scribbles, but Scribbles is a little weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you shall
Number
see.
12. We're getting into top 12 territory. LJ.
Yeah, I'm sad to have him the lowest rated of
Yeah,
us, because
yeah.
I'm definitely the one who rates him the highest. But I like the
He
players that
definitely dropped a little bit, but
yeah, I would have liked to have him higher, but the players I have above him, I'm
I
happy
for a
with
second
above
thought
him.
Mikey rated a Tau higher than Connor, and I was about to be like, no shot.
No, he did not. He definitely did not. The players I have above
Daniel.
LJ, like, there's only one player I have above LJ that I'm genuinely like, well, in practice he's probably not as good, but I think his impact this year was phenomenal.
The Daniel at 12.
Yeah, Daniel at 12 is a little suspect.
A little disrespectful, I think.
I would back
I'm
that.
not gonna lie. I thought this was better from me than in past years.
Oh well, yeah, because you really don't rate Daniel high enough. But like I do still think this is low. It's definitely better than it has been. But do you want to just mess with the aggregate stuff later, Declan?
Yeah, Declan, this is I do not like your
This is taking like 20 years,
No,
whatever.
leave it.
Okay, whatever.
Let me be me.
I'm not letting you cook. You cannot cook.
All right, whatever.
Do
You're
not
not cooking with this next pick.
Do not come.
What do you mean, guys?
You're wrong. You're just wrong.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Also,
Itachi is so much
also
better.
this was the first pick.
I think
this
he's
was the-
good, but
I think he's great.
not compared to the top 10.
Not the players I have above him. I don't think he's better than them. Like LJ, this was the player I was just talking about who I think LJ is probably better than, but I had to rate Itachi's impact. Like if we're purely going off of season rankings, Itachi's probably like 4 or 5. He was amazing, but
Yeah.
but no. Also, I remember talking to Mikey about this. This was the first pick. I was like, actually, this is in the right ballpark.
First killer, yeah.
Yeah, he said the right spot. I thought that was funny. But no, I get where you're coming from, Declan, but I like Itachi had a monster year, and he's always super consistent. He's always super good. But do I think individually he's better than my top 10? No.
I don't know. At some point, I think like he's the ultimate. Like I feel like you can put him on any team. He's like gonna be a superstar.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't think I call him a superstar. I think you can put him on any team and he'll work, but I don't think he'll be like he's not a Zen
I
who
think
any
he'll
team
be
he'll
a
go to will
star.
be like the best player.
Like,
I think he'll be
don't
really
know.
good, but like you remember on KC when he first joined that when it was like Itachi, Exotic, Vatira?
Mhm.
Like Itachi was just like as teammates called him like the tap-in merchant. He would just like finish goals and be really solid. He's always really solid. He's always like an amazing team player. He always does really well. But a superstar? No. I can't put Drali as a superstar. I don't think he is. I think LJ is more of a superstar than Itachi is, and
Well,
I've rated him
okay,
low.
I agree with that pick. Like LJ is more of a superstar than Itachi. But it's also like Itachi's just been on like so many good teams that he doesn't like get to. I feel like he just plays like the team, which is like
Well,
what
he
makes
was
it so good.
he was the best player. Oh, I know he's amazing. He was the best player on Gentlemates.
Mhm.
I rated him
Like-
for that. Like he was amazing on KC last year. Like he's really good, but I don't think like individually he stacks up with who's above him.
I
Oh,
think
that's
his,
another player I wanted to
I
put
think
on
his
my list. I can't.
consistency is just like at some point it just rates so much higher than.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah, that's fair. But I think even
And also,
most
if
of the
I'm
people.
going based off who I want, like Itachi's one of my first picks because of like how well he works with everyone. So
Yeah, but
that's
that's
how,
not.
I guess also how my theory works.
I guess, but what was I gonna say? Dang it, I forgot.
Also,
Person on your list that you couldn't
I
fit.
expected this.
Oh, Evo. I wanted to like. I want Evo to do something. I think he can be so good, but he's
Oh,
just nowhere.
that-
Do
Amen.
something.
Same with Aqua. I feel like
Yeah,
Aqua's super mechanical and good, but I don't think he gets the opportunity to.
I
shine.
think Evo
I
is
don't think
is.
he will
I
necessarily.
think Evo is more capable than Aqua is though. But that's irrelevant.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That said, we are now in top,
Top
10,
10.
25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16.
You could have just put them at their actual ranks and just gone like the lowest score wins instead of this crap. But whatever.
Yeah. That's what
I
I would have
should've.
done.
Yeah, that's what I would have done too. But
Frick.
whatever. Ignore it. You've dug your grave, now lie in it.
Khaled!
Yes,
Khaled, he's there.
Khaled makes an
He
appearance!
comes back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. In hindsight, I definitely should have had my Seiko higher, but
3 Mechie boys from 3 different regions.
I think Jan is a little low, but I overall I think
At
it's
10.
I
Yeah, I moved him down
yeah,
a few
Xander, Jan is
times.
so low. Why would you ever have Jan
I
that
kept
low?
I kept like bumping him one down. I'm like,
yeah, okay.
but
Okay, I will say I am the goat for I went to Liquipedia and wrote everyone's name as listed on Liquipedia.
I
proud
tried
of
my
myself for
best. I think I'm doing pretty good so
The
far.
only reason I know this that like I'm talking about this is because Jan is the first letter is lowercase and everything else is capital. And I was like, that's kind of
Oh,
you're
nice.
yeah,
right.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I did that just because like, well, I guess I'll be intentional about making everybody right, like the right name.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like it. Jan is a weird player to rank because like he's really good, but like Furia's like
He only does
always
so
Furia
much.
has a ceiling and they can't
Mhm.
seem to break through it.
I
Mhm.
don't think they ever will in some sense. Like they're not like Falcons where they like progressively shown they keep getting better. It's just like they plug in players and that makes their ceiling higher.
Yeah, I mean,
but,
I'll
Push 'em over.
I'll say from like FIFA E earlier when they played Falcons, like, or I should say Saudi. But
Yeah, so,
anyways,
yeah.
they got swept 4-0.
Yeah.
But I went through every game and they were all close. Like it was
Except the last
1-0,
one.
2-1. Yeah, yeah. But like
2-1, 7-3. Yeah.
yeah. So like they have the potential and they're like right there. It's just not
Yeah.
quite it yet.
It never seems to be quite enough. They're
know
always
what it is.
they're always gatekeeping top 4.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like I think they're really good, but
Xander.
Huh? What? Smokes.
What?
'Cause he
You get
smokes.
lamented?
I'll be honest. I have no. Wait.
He's
No,
he's
I have
from-
no
he
idea
was
who
on, he was
Smokes
on
is.
Monkeys.
you don't
Like
have
Arju Machine Smokes.
Okay.
Smokes is great. Smokes was like
Honestly, I get him mixed
he's
up with
solid.
Top Blokes.
Smokes is great. Smokes is a solid player.
He gets a mention is hilarious.
Let's go.
The
Mikey
surprise is
pulling
something.
out the yeah.
There's Rally,
There we go.
and then here's LJ.
Yeah.
Which honestly,
Yeah, I dropped a
Actually,
few
I went-
spots.
Yeah. No, I like again, I'm the biggest LJ fan. I love LJ so much, but I was like, I want to put him higher, but I'm looking at my list and I'm like, I is he like really individually more skilled than any of these players? In like some cases, maybe, but in most, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I love LJ though. I want him to do so well. I've hyped that man up since RLCSX. Yeah, no, I'm actually like pleasantly surprised with myself about Drowley, because like I thought Drowley was like kind of overrated going into the season. I thought he was kind of overrated throughout the season, because usually whenever BDS would fall apart, it was because Drowley, like whenever he was like popping off, they would win, and whenever he wasn't, they would like just collapse, which is what happened every time they like flopped in majors. But when he was needed, he did well in Worlds. He like stepped up. He was really strong, and throughout most of the season, he was really strong. So I'm pleasantly
I
surprised.
also, because I wanted to, I tried to do my best to get a rainbow, like never two from the same region next to each other.
I didn't bother. I
Bro,
didn't
you-
even look at-
I couldn't get here. I couldn't get it past. I was like, I had these two the same.
I feel
I
like
Also,
you
probably-
could have
how is-
easily put Drowley
put
over
Drowley
at
over
Jack.
Jack.
That's like the easiest
That's
decision
that's
ever.
Such
Yeah.
that's such
But
an easy decision.
I preferred Jack over Drowley.
Bro,
Also,
no, that's crazy.
That's insane. Also, what's it called?
Top
With
12 at
Drowley-
major versus the world champ.
Dude,
Crazy.
yeah, no, literally, the freaking Gen G didn't even make it into playoffs at Worlds, like, but you know,
I mean, I'm fine with your Jack pick. Like, obviously, my Jack pick is one away from yours, but
Oh, no.
the Drowley pick
What are
is
you laughing
rough.
at? What are you laughing at?
All right, go ahead, reveal it. Should have been black.
So I want to
Evo.
Ixo. It's not even Evo. It's Ixo.
No, I'm
And
saying like
I
how this would have come up. You have Evo and then you have
okay.
Ixo.
No, it's Evo, Arsenal, and Wavy were on my list on the list of players, and I wrote like Arsenal is black. Evo
Oh,
is
did
also
Mikey
black.
add that?
Yes, these are the things that Mikey's added. So he said, I said, short for communism. He wrote, could have been short for complexity.
I see.
Ixo should have been black, and I'm like, what do you mean should have been black? He's like, it just looks like a black gamer tag. I'm like, I pulled up a picture of Ixo. I was like, you're about as far off as you can
Yeah.
possibly be. So I let him add these things. So I'm like, even though we don't have Anu here to roast, it is funny having Mikey's list.
I think
there.
we need to do this every time. Honestly, this is too funny.
We need to know. We need to
We
take
gotta-
someone who
we-
just
yeah, we
doesn't know
can-
anything.
Well, like I said, I can get Sarah
I can get
make another list.
Hey, let's go. Double down.
Wow, let's go.
Beast mode.
At 8?
Hee hee.
What? How high do you have Daniel?
You'll see.
Wait, you have Daniel over Beast mode? No shot.
Yeah.
Beast
No
Mode was like
shot.
outside of Zen, Beast Mode was the best player in the world. Like, I don't know. There was like no argument. I think this was the year that he finally was able to like
I
get past first killer on that list. Like where every year
I
before,
agree. He
I'm not even
is
gonna cap
a
before I
top 8
changed, he
player.
was-
top
And,
8. Shut up. Teammate logic.
and
before
I think
changed, Beast mode was my number 2.
Beast Mode is still my number 2.
and
I changed it because of FIFA.
I will be honest, not seeing him at Esports World Cup was one thing, and then everybody was kind of doubting him going into Worlds, and I just felt like I didn't see
Really?
the beast mode at Worlds,
I saw some
What?
Beast Mode moments. Like
Some?
whenever they
but not
don't know.
not like
Well, cause what did you like? He had one of the his greatest performances like at the other major like.
yeah, no, I'm
he-
saying no
his-
before
Is he supposed
Worlds,
to level up?
no before Worlds, I think he's 1-2 like
his-
min, like he's top of the top. I think Worlds
yeah.
for me knocked him down a little bit.
dude, he had the single most
But knocks him down
dominating.
6
He had the single
spaces?
most dominating LAN I've ever seen at London. Like that was the best LAN I've ever seen from any player, and that's including Rise at freaking LA
London
LAN
was
like
LAN 2 or 1? London was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
won.
that was the split where they just cruised
They-
through NA
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was nothing, and then they cruised through.
But no, like
yeah,
do you guys remember how insane Rise was at that like LA the first like crowd major back a couple years ago, where like Rise had
yeah,
like
yeah.
over a goal per game, was like easily the unanimous MVP, and somehow Atomic got it because they won. I think Beast Mode
Wait,
perform-
Atomic got that MVP?
yes, and the dumbest MVP I've ever seen. But I think Beast Mode's performance at that lane was even more impressive, which is almost insane to say.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Rise
I
did not
think
get that MVP.
G2.
No. Beast Mode definitely got MVP.
No, Beast Mode did. I'm saying Rise didn't get the MVP that lane that I'm talking about.
over Atomic.
Atomic got it over Rise. When he shouldn't have. It was LA Major.
Wait, the San Diego major?
No, LA. The very first crowd major back. They beat Queso. It was
Yeah, it
Queso
was San
versus.
Diego. Oh no, it was LA.
No, that was LA. Trust
We've
me, that
talked
was-
about this before.
Yeah, we've had discussion. No, I think that Beast Mode's that land was insane, and I think at Worlds he was still looked like at least a top 4, if not top 3 player. I still think he looked unbelievable. I couldn't put him down this low.
I agree with your sentiments. I just think that G2
Your
needs
top
to
8
be in a
player.
perfect flow state, and when they're in that
NRG.
flow state, and
It's
Beast
the
Mode is
general NRG now.
free to do whatever he wants, he can do anything. And
But he always does though. Like I
does,
can't.
like I don't know. Beast Mode just like commands the pitch whenever he's on it.
Did we watch a different Worlds? Like I feel like I didn't see a drop off. Like yeah, he wasn't like peeking out of his mind like he did at London, but he's still amazing. I don't know. Like I could not drop him anywhere near this low. Like I think this was finally
it
the
could
year
be
that
too
Beast
low.
Mode.
It could be too low.
I think
This is just where I
yeah.
put him.
That's fair. I think this is the year that Beast Mode finally shook off like the like baby first killer mantle, where like he was always like second to FK,
Yeah.
and first killer had a bad year, and Beast Mode like was arguably the best player in the world for
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of it. Like
Yep.
I don't know, he was too amazing.
I'm actually surprised I have LJ the highest.
I would again. I would love to put LJ the highest, but
Here comes Daniel. And here comes Vati. Which is honestly not that unfair.
Vatira is so hard to rate right now. Like
I know, it's not unfair.
Are you saying? Oh
I-
yeah, you guys both have him higher, yeah.
Serious.
yeah, Vatira.
Braziers, crazy.
Yes, sir. I have Vatira. Like I don't think Vatira is far off of where he's been at his peak. I think he's still like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
top 4 or 5 player in the world. But
Yeah, I think
I agree.
no. I think he's not. He hasn't really changed much. I think other people have surpassed him.
I think that's fair.
fair.
I think like he also KC picking up Drali is still such a weird decision. I don't like
I
it,
know.
but I think Vatira is still really high up there, and for me at least. I like.
Yeah,
But yeah, I agree. This year is really hard to rank for any of the KC players.
Mhm.
They had a rough year. Yeah, that definitely came- that-
Some of you heard that.
I heard.
It was Luke very loudly moaning.
Okay, makes sense.
Oh gee,
Clear. Wow.
that's
That
I
okay.
forgot
To
you
be
still haven't
fair,
rated Falcons.
I moved that up a lot after
after
FIFA
FIFA.
E,
Yeah, I figured.
but
Yeah,
he
I think
was popping.
Kalir's. Yeah, I don't know.
Every time. Oh my gosh, his silky smooth air catches. Ugh.
Dude,
give me
okay.
shivers.
No, nobody remembers this, but a Chronic has the craziest first touches of any player in the world. Like I remember Anu and I, whenever we'd be like watch party stuff, we'd just be watching our Chronic, and a ball would come to him like floating in the air, and he'd get like the best first touch I'd ever seen. Like the ball would just die perfectly on his nose, and he would just carry it. Like yeah, I know how that looks, and I'm like that is a mark of that's a sick player kind of moment.
Yeah.
LJ 50, yes sir. Yeah. Like yeah.
I just
like,
realized. Hold on, I gotta.
you don't have first kill yet, Xander.
He doesn't have Drowley either. He doesn't have.
I'm fine with Drally. You
How
put
about we
Drally
just look at
freaking
the
20
list instead
you
of trying
put
to
Drow-
predict the list?
You put Drally at like 40, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, 40.
Where is FK?
Wow, Mikey's got the highest.
TRK
Jack.
this
Huge
low.
Jack. I agree. Jack 4 or Jack 5. Yeah, Jack 5.
Jack. I I didn't rate Falcons at the end of the season, to be honest. I thought they looked less competitive than they had earlier. Like obviously they had the almost reverse sweep attempt, but that was really the only big thing I saw from them at Worlds. But I like again, I love TRK. I would love to put him higher. I'd love to be proven wrong. I just thought like he was definitely the best player on Falcons by a good margin in my eyes.
Honor.
But
He doesn't have first killer on this list
I know, I said so. Oh, at all? Do you not
at
have
all. At all. Because
Oh, at
because-
all?
because Daniel still hasn't shown up. And there's
But,
Daniel, there's Monkey Moon, Zen,
Zen.
and TRK.
Oh my gosh, he doesn't have first killer.
What?
You what?
Why?
Like I dropped first killer because I thought he wasn't that great this year. Like I didn't think that first killer looked like first killer, but I'm like it's still first killer. I still think he could be like arguable #1 contention a lot of times. Not on the list at all.
Nope. Get him out of here.
You take Rise
Yeah,
and
man.
Joyo and Juicy over first killer.
Yes.
And NASA and Archie and Banana Head.
Banana Head over first killer.
Yep.
What do you mean?
I would. I would.
What do you mean?
I
No,
am
you
not.
wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you
I am
wouldn't.
literally never picking first killer on my team.
What?
See,
I
again,
understand,
I-
but no.
I'm the one who's made the team killer joke like 1,500 times. I think first killer is a detriment sometimes, but he's still first killer. Like he single-handedly took FaZe to a grand final and took a bunch of
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Because
phase
that's
run.
all he can do is play single-handedly.
That's true. That's fair. But again, if this
Yeah,
is
and
a
he's
ranking of
freaking
individual
goated at
players.
This
Me
is
three,
individual
like-
players in the threes environment, and
Yeah, he
I'm
can
not
1v3,
picking.
He's goaded.
I'm not picking a player that can 1v3 over a player that's gonna actually benefit my team.
That's fair, but I think that genuinely, like, I don't know. I get where you're coming from, but I also think that I'm still taking first killer over Rise. I'm still taking first killer over Joyo, and still taking first killer over Juicy. I understand the rest of your list, like taking everybody else over them. I'm not taking Joyo any day over the week over first killer.
Like first kill is just better Joyo.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Joyo does that much for his teams that first killer doesn't. Like,
I don't know. It's
don't know.
it's personal opinion.
I
That,
know,
that
but
was
I,
my
like,
that was my statement, my stamp. And every time you guys mentioned it, I kept like going like,
I know. Teehee.
I
I'll
got
accept
it.
that, I'll accept that my Seiko is low. I'll accept that Alpha on this list is like higher than most people would rate him, but I really rate Alpha. First killer on this list is probably the worst pick so far.
And I'll take that.
No, really? I thought you have TRK a lot higher, Xander.
Honestly, probably should have moved him up after this, but
Yeah.
Really? I'm shocked.
Also,
he's fourth in
Um,
the world. Oh man.
yeah, that is real. Yeah, I mean, yeah, TRK's top 5 consistently. Like,
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like you're splitting hairs at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the only reason Monkey Moon's even this low is like I think that the players above him have. There's one player that like it's definitely bias on my end, and I'll accept that. But like I think the players above him can have more individual impact than Monkey Moon can, because Monkey Moon's like he is just very like all well-rounded, very solid, always does things like really well. But I think like the peaks are not as high as other players. Like the valleys are way like higher usually individually.
That one.
Yep. The valleys are way higher usually,
Cheese and Dorito.
but
Dorito cheese.
I've told Mikey that joke before, and I'm pretty sure he picked them because of it. But no,
Dorito cheese. It was apparently Jack that did it.
I think Monkey Moon has like arguably the like one of, if not the highest skill floors in the game. But I think his skill ceiling is lower than a couple people, and like even
Mhm.
below him, like I think Jan peaks higher, I think TRK peaks higher, I think Daniel probably peaks higher.
I don't know. I think beast mode is just way. Or
Also, how
way
is
too low.
yeah, Monkey Moon? How is beast mode that low, and where is Daniel?
Dude, I swear to God, if you don't have Daniel on this list,
Yes,
right
Who,
now,
me?
He
I'm
has
going to punch you.
he has first
I
killer,
would
but not Daniel.
never
He has-
take Daniel on my list.
He has first
Okay,
killer.
good.
He has first killer, but not Daniel. Um,
Okay, there he is.
Why Daniel that high?
Let's see who you have, Connor. Vati.
And again, this is the player I was saying that like I'm this is definitely a bit of bias on my end that I like I think I'm definitely banking on like who I know Vatira to be more than like what he's shown this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I know Vatira can like contend for the best player in the world arguments, so I put him this high. I think Anu would have him higher. That's the one player who can rate the one person who can rate Vatira and Atao higher than I can is Anu. He would have put Atao like 3.
Yeah, honestly.
He and I remember one LAN a couple years back. I think it was San Diego actually. Anu and I both had Atao like arguable. I think we had him bet the best player because we thought they were gonna win. Oh, sorry, we thought we were like coping hard for Liquid to win, and we're like, it'll be it'll be trust. They did not win. Pain.
I'm telling you, give me Daniel with Daniel in beast mode and replace Atomic with literally either LJ or Jack as they're higher on my list, and they will destroy. I think Daniel is the cornerstone of the G2 roster in that situation. Like, okay, look, beast mode
I'm
is
not
good.
backing that.
Look, beast mode is good, but you can't do the stuff that beast mode does without having a team behind him.
Well,
And
that's true.
Well, I mean, he did.
I
He did
think
a little bit on version 1 and KCP. Bro was dragging those teams.
okay,
kind of was.
True.
To be fair, Calm was demoing out of his mind, and Torment
Well,
was like just
but
sitting
KC,
in net.
he brought KCP almost to the freaking
They almost won.
North American Championship that year, in RLCS X.
They did make. Wait, no, they did make champs.
They didn't make
almost did.
championships, but they almost did.
I know. It was.
Oh,
it was
yeah, I do
Rabbit
remember that.
And Memory.
Memory,
That was 4 years ago. That was
Yeah.
4 years ago.
but still,
No, okay.
those two should never be in conversation. Like the minute Beast Mode left, they dropped off a clip, barely even making it to the freaking regionals.
Yeah,
Sure.
Rapid disappeared from like all existence, and everybody clowns on him for like trashing Vatira.
yeah.
But no, I think the thing I'll say, I'll take the Jack in place of Atomic pick. I don't take LJ.
Yeah,
I
well,
love
okay,
LJ. He does not fit that mold. Like Atomic is a great fill. Like he fills in almost anywhere you need him to.
Yeah.
And LJ won't do that.
That's
At least not to what Atomic will.
yeah. I was saying more like, okay, you already have beast mode, so you don't really need LJ in this case.
Yeah, but
But
the reason
I still think LJ over Atomic in that situation.
I think
personally.
LJ is better than Atomic for sure.
Yeah.
But I've seen LJ play alongside Daniel, and whenever LJ is like uncomfortable, like do you remember how bad the SSG team was? Like, how underwhelming they were?
Yeah.
Like LJ does poorly when he's put in positions he's uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
Where he's not like able to play how he wants.
Mhm.
And I think that would be a position that would really not work well with him.
Yeah.
But I can't rate the player supporting over the player doing the
That's
things.
fair.
Like if like
But I think
Daniel and
Daniel
Atomic-
does his fair
I
share
feel like
of
if you're
doing.
doing the player supporting Vatira or not Vatira, Itachi should be higher. No.
Huh?
I have
we have
Itachi
Ruby
over
Street,
Seiko
right?
and Juicy.
That's. Mm.
That's
I-
what.
What I'm saying.
I have TRK over Clears. Like
Yeah, no.
I have Monkey Moon over Drali.
Also, Declan, Itachi wasn't the player supporting for that team. He was the best player. Like he was doing the supporting, he was like the fulfilling for Juicy, but he was just the best player. Like whereas in the case of Daniel Beast Mode is the better player, and Daniel was like, yeah, defending for him, upfield passing, getting like space for him. But it was still Beast Mode doing the thing. Like I remember there was like an argument that CJ and T-Bates had on one of the streams where like CJ's like, I can't rate the player getting the demo over the player reset doubling to score it. Like it's the guy passing still has like an impact, but the guy actually scoring the ball has a higher impact. Like I don't know.
All right. 2-1.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean,
Yup,
it's not
general
like Daniel.
consensus.
It's not like Daniel doesn't ever score.
Well, no, I'm totally fine with it. Also Kaka 2-piece, by the way.
I know.
Kaka and
Um,
two-piece.
I totally get that, Xander. I'm just like I just think Beast Mode is the better play. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just think that even if you were to have Daniel over Beast Mode, which I don't think is an outrageous take, I don't think Beast Mode that low makes sense. After the year he had, I don't think I could rate him even like the player. Like I would rate him all the way up to Daniel. Like I can't put TRK above him. I can't put Jolly above him. Can't put Kalir Javatier above him.
I can see him above Drali. I don't think I put him over TRK.
beast mode, like when, like, what was one LAN where TRK did better than beast mode? Like,
I mean, I'm not. I'm not necessarily saying that. It's you can't compare the two.
that's fair, but I just genuinely, I'm like, I don't know. Like beast mode was just like, people were like, oh yeah, he's just the best player in the world. Now anybody who like knows ball was like, no, it's still Zen, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't have put him there.
Shocker, Zen is still consensus #1.
Yeah.
Surprising one, even though
Bro
it's
is
like
still
bombed
him.
out.
Bro is still him.
2809.
Yeah, no,
2809 was how
bro is
high that man
still
got at the end of
him.
the.
Yeah.
That's insane. But yeah, no,
I'm surprised though with how like in sync we were
But he
on a
loses
lot
to
of
TRK.
picks. Like we're all within one on like the top 5 I think is fine. But then
Yeah.
like we're all pretty consistent with each other on what's it called?
a Tau.
Now I say Atomic
Tau
Naopo, there was
minus.
Atomic Naopo, there was the Exotic, we're all basically spot on with each other.
My Nauple's a little higher than yours.
Yeah.
But no,
I'd
I
say
think
others are pretty different, but
Like at least some of us agree on like
Oski's
you and
fairly
me agree on
similar.
Atal. I'm one
Atomic's
off
pretty
on you
decent.
on Jan Xander.
Yeah.
You and
Well, even my Yan is like only a couple spots
Yeah.
higher. Like I said, I think that one was decent. Yeah.
LJ were all with like 2 or 3 of each other.
I still think that First Killer not being on this list is a travesty. Like, how did Mikey put First Killer on his list and you didn't?
True.
Like,
This is, by the way, our aggregate. So top 25, Joyo makes an appearance on the top 25, and
Me,
people
baby.
like Juicy Fever and
Fever didn't. Why?
Joyous.
Yeah, Jorio shouldn't.
Because
be
I
here
didn't have
anyway.
Fever.
Yeah, let's go. Me and Declan got Fever. Why did you choose Banana Head? I'm actually curious.
I don't know. I just picked one of them. I knew
Just
it wasn't Torsas.
To be
Vibes.
fair,
I knew it wasn't
I
Torsas
also had
real.
Banana Head before this, and then like a week later, I changed it to Fever because I'm like, I just like Fever better, and I don't know if
No,
Banana Head's still better. I just didn't know which one was better.
Fever has been better. Like this almost this entire season, Fever has been cooking. Like, Fever, I would actually genuinely put, like if you put Fever in EU, I'm still picking him to make lands. Not EU, NA.
I was about to say EU's a stretch. NA probably.
Just saying,
yeah.
where is my South America representation?
In Mikey's
I wouldn't
list.
know what. I would not know. There is none. I wouldn't even know what color to put it. Like freaking, I guess orange.
What?
What?
South Africa?
South Africa. Oh, South. I said South America, didn't I?
Yeah.
I meant South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa, because everybody cares about that.
A
I don't
patch.
even remember his name. What's his name? To
Sweaty.
die for. To die for.
Yeah.
He's the-
Snowy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tadai is the best player in South Africa. But I like, all in all, I think the lists are decent.
I think overall, like we definitely have our like
Kinks.
Your
It's
Alpha-
yeah, everybody has their
Yeah,
own like.
everybody has a little bit of like,
Alpha, Joyo, no first killer. My list is perfect. No, I'm kidding.
My list is perfect.
your list has Jirali in like hell and like
Yeah,
Riot.
that's kind of
Like
crazy.
Jorius is on the list too, and Archie is below him. Like, but
Jorius
Jirali is
on the
actually
list.
Jirali is actually in elo hell. Like I don't know.
Like,
Joyo made your list, Xander. I don't know.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no.
Joyo made the top 25 aggregate because of Xander.
I told you. I told you. That's me all the way, baby.
Like I think, how did Alpha not? Oh, Alpha. Wait, Alpha did. Yeah. Alpha made the top 25 aggregate for me. I
Yeah.
think I'm gladly taking Alpha over Joyo.
Not over CRR.
I don't know. Like CR was great, but like Alpha, again, like back to the whole inconsistency thing. Like I think Alpha can still be a top 10 player.
Nah, the best one.
Uh,
Give me the ball.
Raise bull.
Give me the ball.
I
Give me
think
the bear.
I think we can all agree that Mikey's is the best because he has all 3 OG players on.
Owen logic.
Ixo should have been black.
Where are the
Yeah.
black players, Mikey?
Wavy. He has Wavy.
No, where's Arsenal and Evo?
Nowhere. He ignored them. But yeah, no,
Arsenal literally is a crime. How do you not like have him on there?
Yeah. What else is like curious about these lists? Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm
Sorry, I
surprised
gambled.
that both of you rated Rowas over Nalpo. Like I know we haven't seen much from Nalpo, but like
Yeah,
That
it's
was my main
honestly
thing.
yeah.
That was my main thing. Like I don't like he didn't yeah.
like
I honestly
thinking
thought
about it
20 was pretty high, but
Yeah, same. And I rated him
for
19.
yeah,
I
you
thought
did.
that was high.
Yeah, you guys just not rate Nalpo that much? Like I don't know. Like
I just haven't seen him.
yeah.
I watched him and like I don't know. I just like yeah, he's literally yawn better, just better. Like um
To be fair, like I was surprised. I thought I would get flamed for my Yan pick because I thought my Yan was low in
I
some
think it's
sense.
moderately low, but I don't think it's terribly low. Like, but no, again, like I'm looking at my list and yeah, probably I should have rated clears over Nalpo, and I'll accept that. But I think individually, I'd rather Nalpo because I genuinely think that he's just like unreal.
And maybe Seiko a little bit higher.
Seiko should be higher. Again, I said that earlier, and I didn't like rating him this low. I really didn't. But I was like, I don't know how to. I like it's been so long since I've seen Seiko in a role where he's like that guy on a team that I don't know what to expect from him. Because even when he was on BDS the last time, like it
wasn't
was
that guy.
he wasn't that guy for that team that in that instance. Like the last time he was like that guy for his team was when BDS won Worlds.
Yeah, and
That's a
I'm starting
long
to,
time
I am
ago.
starting to wonder if Seiko's actually just fallen off and we're giving him too much
I
hype,
don't
but
think
I
he
don't know.
has though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I still see flashes of Seiko like going off whenever he's needed. He's like pops off, but like I just think he's more likely to just yeah, I'll fill the role. I'll do whatever I need. Like it'll be fine. Chill.
He's just become a chill guy.
He's just a chill guy.
He's just a chill guy for real. But what was oh wait. Wow, I forgot how close all of us were on Exotic. I forgot we all had him literally
Oh
within
yeah, no,
one.
we had them literally exactly like with each other. They're
Mhm.
literally the middest, like middle of the top 25.
Yeah, surprising no one Zen is the consensus one.
Consensus number 1 pick. Monkey Moon is pretty much average number 3, except on our in the aggregate makes it number 2 because of how.
Yeah, how math works. Because TRK is lower.
I feel like we would have been all closer on beast mode if it wasn't for this guy named Xander10202.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, I just like that's
My
unreal
I
to
like
me.
how yeah, Xander has Daniel 3. I have Daniel 12.
Xander should. I
No,
saw that,
no,
Xander.
no, no,
I saw
no.
that. Xander.
Change that back, you little
All
nimrod.
right, keep your spine, buddy.
Hey, you guys are the ones complaining.
No,
Or
the
we're-
list is the list. You can't change it after you put it in.
Yeah.
It was jokes.
You know, I like initially.
Wasn't funny. No, I'm kidding.
I thought
Thanks,
initially I
Mom.
thought Declan's Daniel would be the worst, like the most inaccurate G2 rating, and then I saw that, so I was like, well, never mind.
I thought, not gonna lie, I came to this thinking since Anu wasn't here that I was gonna have the worst list by far.
No, I told you I was scared when I came here.
I wasn't. I was like decently confident in mine, but I also was like, I know there's some things that I haven't thought through, and like
I
there's
mainly
something.
also know because I was like, when I debated Connor and Itachi, and I have Itachi rated 6.
No, I knew we were gonna come into contention there. I knew that was gonna be a result, but I think like I knew there were some picks where, like I even at the time I was like, I don't like Seiko this low, but I really don't know where to put him or what to expect from him. I just didn't know. But yeah. I didn't expect to be the only one with Alpha. I'll be honest. I thought that somebody else would rate him.
Nah,
I didn't.
I wanted to maybe, but I don't think I ever.
Like yeah, I had Alpha and Redosin in my like question marks, but I just didn't slot them in.
I thought that I had to put. I felt like Alpha was like good enough, and I like he didn't. Like yeah, sure he wasn't amazing this year, but I felt like Vitality as a whole was just like kind of
They were
out
good
of
enough.
touch.
But
Yeah,
they-
I'm
like,
looking at
I-
all
I-
my people I had.
It never really felt like Alpha. It never really felt like even like Zen didn't have as much impact as I would expect him to, but like it never really felt like anyone in Vitality was like really bad. It just felt like they were all kind of out of touch together,
Mhm.
and I like a little out of sync. And so I still think Alpha's great. Whereas like
I mentioned
uh
a bunch of people.
I'll look at
I mentioned Eris.
so the players
For the
I
memes. I
the-
mentioned, yeah, Juicy, Rise, Redosin, Hoxer, Drafinho, Fever, Magic
weird.
Bear, Banana Head, Chronic, Brad, KV1, Evo, Aqua, Eris, Yorias,
Wow.
Chronic, Atomic, Archie, Joyo, and Super Lachi.
Lachi.
Super Lachi. The players I didn't have on my list that were in my consideration, the first one.
First killer.
No, Hoxer, Fiber, Atomic, Chronic, Joyo, Rise, Banana Head, Super Lucky, Chronic, Trifino. Those are the other players I considered, but didn't. I didn't think Radosin. I thought about Radosin, but I was like, I don't think he's done enough yet.
I do have my top 25 in the world after Major 2, and yeah, Beast Mode is my number 1.
Well, yeah, I feel like most people are gonna say
Well,
that.
if
Like,
you just go to the.
Itachi was my number 4, baby!
Oh, did I not?
I mean,
Oh,
if they had won
I
that
did
land,
Worlds.
if they had won
Yeah,
that,
I'd be
like, I
too.
again, I genuinely thought that what's it called? If Falcons hadn't beat Gentlemates and they hadn't then choked in the finals, if Gentlemates had won, I would have picked Gentlemates to win against G2.
As much as I love Jack, I am not betting on him at all during playoffs. He is now teamed with Jorias. That man will not win a playoff game again.
True.
And I am so sad with that because I want Jack to do so well.
Nah, I think this is the year Jory turns it around.
Yes, sir.
Nah, honestly, Kakan, best player in the world.
To be fair, no.
I'll double down. I'll say yeah.
Our 2024 Major 2 predictions. I'm looking at this. RIP my first killer pick, and RIP my high rating on job security Radosin.
I remember one LAN. It was San Diego when Mark by made his one and only non-BDS LAN. He had him at 9, and the joke was marked by 9, and that was LAN where G1 went from almost topping their group to out 0 or like 1 and 2.
Marked by 13 through 16.
Mark by 16. Like, I don't know. Lost by 8.
Lost by 8. All right. On that note, I think we did good, boys. I think we killed it. Honestly, I think we would have done better than Johnny
I would have loved.
T-Bates.
Yeah, I hope.
Oh yeah,
T-Bates would've
anybody
put,
can do
like,
better than T-Bates.
a real. Mikey did better
Including
than
Mikey.
T-Bates.
Two-piece. How did two-piece get 2? Ixo should have been black. That has to be the funniest one. The most random, like, white-looking player. Nah, I should have been black.
But yeah, no. I don't know.
Oh, it's a Pakebi. Alright, they're making me do stuff. I'll be back.
Nah.
Ah.
You have push-ups.
You might as well just redeem the squats now.
What? Do all 3? Get the combo out. Yeah, I don't know. I'll. Yeah. In hindsight, honestly, the one pick I won't back down on is Jack. Like, I know Jack and
Where did you put him?
like 22. Like, it's definitely low,
Nah.
but I still back that. Like, I thought
I'm
Jack.
fine with it. Like, it's a low, but it's low, like, it's the low, like, it's in the range where it's still somewhat understandable.
I think the reason why my, like, looking at Rawas and clears looks so different from yours is that I spread out my teams a lot more than you guys did. Where, like, you look at G2, there's like a good amount of gap between Beast Mode Daniel. There's a good amount of there's an even bigger gap between Daniel and Atomic.
The only team I gapped was
Like,
K Corp, because that was Vatira,
back.
Rise, Atal. Actually,
well-
no, I didn't. I mainly just gapped G2.
no, what we're discussing, Xander, is like I'm looking. I'm like, why are my Rawas and clears and like all the other players like different from yours? And I'm realizing it's because I spread out my teams a lot more. I'm looking at like my beast mode and my Daniel and my atomic super separate. My monkey moon and my Drali and my exotic are fairly separate. My TRK, Clears, Rawas are fairly separate. My Yan and Lost are have a pretty big gap.
My BDS is very separate.
You're dumb. You put Drali in hell.
My BDS is pretty simple.
You freaking banished Drali to the Shadow Realm. Like I don't know. Also, Xander, you saw that Navi missed playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Too heroic, bro.
Yeah. I was like, what the
Dude.
heck? They lost the best of 3.
To heroic.
Ay, ay, ay.
I did that. That is a
Was it 0-2 or was it
generational
2-1?
collapse. 2-1.
Yeah, it's 2-1, yeah.
That is insane. Well, a G2 are my pick to win. And I really hope they do. Hot take: Spirit beat Liquid. Sorry, Liquid beat Spirit. Mongols beat the team that comes out of that group.
Nah,
but
Mongols all the way.
I mean, it's either G2 Spirit or Vitality Spirit. I think in this tournament. I don't
Let's
think.
see
there's-
how well I did on my picks. I want to see this real quick.
Oh
I think
right,
I did a lot better.
I can put in my pick'ems. That's right. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, that we should do a top 25 CS players list. And I'm the
Oh,
only one.
dude, I will not.
I'm
do
the
well.
only
would
player who
put
knows.
All
I
of
know, but
G2,
I'm the only player who knows
all-
what's going
nah, I
on.
wouldn't put Snacks.
No, Snacks has been huge.
I'd put
He has
Cadian
been,
on there. 'Cause that's the.
but-
I just named 25 players I know. that
25
play
players in
CS.
CS is a lot different than 25 players in Rocket League, because
It really
a
is.
team
yeah.
is 5 players versus
It's the impact.
3.
The impact is lower. Also, I would cook all of you because I actually have CS knowledge.
I
was not a
have
Let's
fifth
go.
member.
the
I
last
got
few years, or
1,
the
2,
last
3,
few
4,
months
5, 6, 7,
knowledge.
8. I got 8 that time.
8, right?
Yeah,
Don't you only pick
8
like
out of
8
10.
to go on and 2 to lose?
8 out of 10. Yeah.
Wow.
What? It doesn't. Huh? Mine isn't updated, Declan.
You never picked for the play elimination stage, I guess.
I didn't get to it. They showed but there we go. Let me freaking. To be. What do you mean to be determined, bruh?
But yeah, compared to the 1 I got last time, Xander.
Yeah. I'll see how I did.
Yeah. All in all, good list stream, boys. I honestly want Anu to still make a list. I might
Yeah,
ask
tell
him
him.
to still
Yeah,
make a
tell
list,
him just make a
and
list.
then we can just do a stream of like
Yeah.
comparing it,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
having. All right. At Boop, still make a
Here, I'll make a
list
tab
at
for him.
some point, and then we'll do a
Let's see. How many did I get right? I got. Well, I obviously got Navi wrong.
Yeah, because no, anybody who got that right is lying to you. Nobody. They were the world number 1. Like it was them in G2, and they were like gapping everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I got
That's
Navi
true.
wrong, and I didn't have Mongols because I didn't think they'd actually pop the freak off.
I knew I would have picked Mongols because I knew how
Well,
good they were. I
wait.
just really hoped that they would make it.
No, I picked Mongols to go 3-1-3-2. I just didn't pick them to go 3-0.
Yeah. Oh no, I wouldn't have picked them to go 3-0 either. But
And then
had-
I got the eliminated right.
all of them. Oh, you mean
just
the
03? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's pretty obvious. Well, other than
Yeah.
Big. I knew
yeah.
Wildcard was probably going out.
Yeah, I thought Big would. I wish Pain had done better. That's a little rough for them. Furia misses another LAN playoffs. It's tough.
Alright, I will probably
If-
do it because I'm tired.
If FaZe had lost, I would have been like in the trenches, bro. I would have been so upset.
Hold on, let me put my GeoGuessr real quick.
Oh my gosh, why are you playing GeoGuessr?
Fine, I won't. Frick you.
No, play
So wait,
GeoGuessr.
can we not put in our picks yet? Like they haven't loaded
No.
yet?
No.
No, they haven't.
Bruh, they're literally up.
Alright, let's go.
Come on,
What's
come on.
that? Shoppers
Let's go.
Drug
Lock in, lock
Market?
in, lock in.
Blue Shore, this looks like America. Is that American license plates? Is that Pennsylvania?
Oh, it's
I see a
definitely Pennsylvania.
license plate. I can't tell. This looks like American license plate though. Oh wait, no, it's. Oh no, that's Canada. What's that other flag? So I guess it's Canada?
Wait, Declan, go back. Go back to where you just were and zoom in. Like, look at the cars. To your right, to your right. Zoom in. Look over to the right. Okay, go. Is it? Okay, I definitely saw that wrong. I thought I saw a freaking Bugatti, and I was like, the freaking what? I saw the front grille of something. I was like, um,
Is there a Michaels? What? Wait. This becomes a different store. Look,
ah, as
Park Royal Village Center. That looks like
all right.
crash. This is a Michaels. Lululemon. This does.
I wanna pull up. Xander, I might stream this to you, and you can stream it to your. You can show it to your stream if you really want. I want to look up Anu and Mai's
Dang
like
it! I guessed the
memes
wrong
in the
side of
past.
Your
Canada.
meme what?
Not memes, but like seeing like our old predictions and
It was
stuff.
Vancouver. I guessed Ottawa.
Like old?
Like well, like this past year, like all these like,
Bubble
different things,
tea?
when we started doing it.
Oh, a Foot Locker.
I
This
I
is
looked a
definitely
little
the
bit
UK.
at like the other tabs. 2024 World's 24. They're like the major two, the one that I wasn't in yet.
Well, no, I know, but like there's some funny. Like I'm trying to find. Which land was that? Was it San Diego? Where is it? Boston, San Diego.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
not.
and then Anu and I
Oh,
always do what's it called?
what is this language?
Always do like a coin flip bracket. So we just go through the bracket and like literally just heads or tails who's winning. And we have fun with that. We do that. We do like favorite like a favoritism bracket. It's a great time.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Declan's just
It was
certified Drally
Belgium.
hater.
Yeah, he really is.
I went to 2024 Major 2. The only reason Drally's aggregate is 12 is because Declan doesn't have Drally.
Oh,
Anu has Drally 1.
yeah, I do remember that, but also this is what I was talking about. Where like Atao and Anu and I were such big Liquid believers.
What is
That
what
one,
is this?
too.
What is this language?
That looks like Russian. Bro, I want Knight to do well. That's not like I want.
Oh,
What
it
was
was
it?
Moscow.
Uh-huh.
I guess Ukraine.
What's it called? I want like Diaz and Wisty and all these like young Sam players to like go off this year. Oh, this is what. Wait, where is it? This is what I was showing. This is San Diego. The liquid copium was massive out of us. We were like the biggest liquid fanboys ever. And we wanted them to do so well.
was sick.
They were
Like,
so fun.
It was
They were
so
so fun.
underrated. Like people like honestly, like that team got overlooked a lot during their time together.
Forget that team. A Chronic got overlooked every time.
It works now, John.
Duh.
Bro just got like massively ignored for like 4 years.
I still remember when Liquid was coming up. Like everyone knew a Chronic was him. And then there was like these two like
two kids that no one
two
had ever heard
kids
of.
that like they were letting them compete for one split. Like
Yeah.
one split early, and then they did bad, and then they came
Everybody
back and
everybody
roasted
clowned
them.
on them. Everybody clowned on them, and then yeah, they did really well.
They didn't do
Alright.
bad. They just did meh.
I don't think they made the regional. They didn't make they didn't make that regional. Because that was the whole controversy, is that they were allowed to qualify. Like they would have been 15 in time for the regional, but they were allowed to qualify before they were 15, which Rocket League never allowed in the past, and everybody was mad about that, and they just didn't qual. It was regional 1, I think. Wait, maybe I think it was regional 3 of the second split.
It may have been that.
I think it was the second split. Look at the second split, and then look at the open quals. Not the closed quals. Sorry. Wait, what the frick they were there?
They
What?
made-
Wait, when? Which one
What
was
was
it
this?
then?
No, this was a Chronic Oski.
Yeah, that was. Hold on, let me look. Let me look. It's 21,
So did
22.
they made a regional 2? Really?
No. Winter.
No, I'm still in spring. That's why.
Oh,
That's why it makes sense. I
Bozo.
was still on spring.
regional event. No wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
made
regional event. They
three.
missed. They closed quals, and they were in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that
what it
makes sense.
was.
And then spring split they didn't do bad.
And then there were stormtroopers, where Dead Monster was still relevant.
Yeah, spring split they did like 1140.
Also, I don't. Can anyone vouch for this? Apparently, Compact.
Oh no, I forgot they made it to major in spring
Yeah,
split.
yeah, they did. They almost beat Moist. Also, they almost beat. They made playoffs at one point. They made the finals.
Yeah, they got eighth.
Also, what's it called?
Wait, what about
Xander,
Compact?
you're the only one who actually watched anything of FIFA. I've heard people saying that Compact was cooking.
Well, I only really
Can you
watched like
confirm or
the
deny?
past day, like, cause
Oh
the,
wait, he's gone. That's cringe. I forgot about
oh,
that.
sorry, I was muted.
Oh,
I only really watched like the last 2 days. I didn't
oh, okay.
see much of the like games because one, they were really early, and
Yeah,
two, I
yeah.
didn't even know what was going on until after the first day was over.
Yeah.
What country was Compact on?
Belgium. I heard Compact was cooking.
I'm gonna head out, y'all. Good night.
I'm about
Good
to head
night.
out too. Bottom Night Oath. Wow. Yeah, Skippy or EPT Curl is an interesting team. That's fun.
Hang on, I have to go find this freaking Breezy.
Swift to Team Secret. Who's on Team Secret right now? KV1 Mata Swift. That's a fun roster. I know. All right. Declan. Prediction. My professor is a Alonso fan. That's my prediction. Predominantly because the time that he showed us like talking about pit stop efficiency, he showed us a Fernando Alonso pit stop. All right. I also
You heading out?
shut up. Yeah, I'm in now.
All right.
It was
Good
fun.
talking.
See ya.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night. Hello.
I can't expect to have a conversation. It's really weird. I just stream unmuted still.
Hang on, sorry, I couldn't tell if who you were talking. I'm watching the stream back. Were you talking? Okay.
What are you doing?
Was that actual John?
Huh? What the heck happened? Hi.
Hello?
There we go.
You are talking. Okay. I was confused. I was watching the stream back.
I've been watching a few PoE videos today.
What have you learned?
Not all that much.
Cool.
I've learned that trading is a major thing, but you have
Okay.
to spend a couple bucks to be able to do it.
What? Like
Kind
to
of.
unlock the market? What?
No, you can I think you can trade by default, but where everybody trades is a website and you have to have a specific tab in your stash. For it to be easier, there is a trade chat in the global chat, and you and me could probably trade. I mean, you and me can just drop stuff
Yeah,
to
we can
each
just
other,
kind of
but
do this stuff.
but there is apparently like a currency that people use. And it's interesting, but I've learned a handful of things, just about the way the game works. So, and I also learned some amazing UI things.
Oh, that's good.
You can turn on mini health bars that'll go above all the enemies and above you. And there was something else that I did. I also learned that you can buy gems for your specific class. All you have to do is go to, I think, anybody that you can purchase
salespeople.
from. Yeah, any salesperson, go to their second page. And you
Okay,
can
then I think it's
purchase
probably a specific
gems
one.
there.
It's probably the like health potion girl.
If you go to, what is it called? The second town we're on, the forest town, whatever it's called. Yeah, the person you can purchase from there has the page too. And I looked in there, and there's a bunch of gems in there for me. Later on, you can find people who will sell you every gem in the game.
Makes sense.
But that person will only go per class, which is honestly good.
Yeah.
I also learned that some of the the strat is you want like 75% on all your resistances.
Why 75%?
Well, that's just like a minimum.
Oh, okay. Resistances being like elemental resistances and like slow and bleed and I don't know what other stuff
I
there
guess
is.
it depends, but I can't think of what they're called. I can't think of what they are right now. Like fire and cold and
Yeah.
whatever the other one is. There's like 3 main ones that you
Oh,
want.
okay.
But that's only really if you have problems dying, which we don't
haven't really had
exactly
that
have
yet.
problems dying. But we're also not all that far in, so.
Yeah.
And apparently the campaign, which is what we're doing, has like 6 or 7 acts.
Mhm.
And then there's a whole bunch of more stuff after the campaign. Like labyrinths and labyrinths? Is that a word?
Labyrinths.
Labyrinths. There we go. Yes, there's multiple labri.
Labri.
And stuff that we can do later on. Yo, Zach's back.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Relic. You just missed the list stream.
Cause the other two like beast mode way too much.
I mean, it's fair. Like, Beast Mode is playing... Like, he's good. I just don't... I just think he's good in only specific situations. And I did probably have Daniel too, but I think that's more because I just believe in Daniel.
I don't remember, did you have Daniel too?
3. I had Zen, Monkey Moon, Daniel. PRK, I think. Because, yeah, I mean, like, I get it. Like, the mechanical flashy players are the ones you're going to see. But that doesn't mean that they're the best player.
Yeah, that's kind of what I could tell you were thinking. Based on you were the only one who ever brought up how they play in a team.
Yeah. Which is also, again, why I don't have First Killer on my list.
I'm way too out of the circle of pros to really make any decisions
no,
or
that's
comments
fair.
about it, but
No, I mean, like, what was I gonna say? I lost it. Yes, I care more about the team environment, and like I just I've never seen First Killer to like, he's been on so many teams with so many players, and I think those players all have potential, but when he plays with them, they just like get knocked down a tier. And if that like, if there's a player that is that good but knocks down the rest of your team, like I said, I don't really want that person on my team. Like someone like Beast Mode, like he does the fancy stuff, and like sometimes he goes a bit like over the top, and like it doesn't end up working out, but it's not the same level as I think First Killer kind of tries to like take over a game.
Yeah. Wow, I'm tired all of a sudden.
Oh, and you were saying you weren't in the loop. Yeah, I mean, I don't, like, they're saying like Beast Mode is mini First Killer and that he's been like waiting to take over the title. I mean, First Killer and Genji like went from being like a top, like easily second in the NA to kind of like still being second but not quite as like dominant. They started losing to SSG, I think. Maybe lost one or two others, and then at like the one LAN they bombed out a little earlier than they thought, and then at Worlds they bombed out in 12th, which is crazy. And to think like he has Chronic, which before the LAN I think they would have had Chronic in the top 25 list, and Jack, who's consistently been on the top 25 list for however long, and you can't take two players of that quality and put them with First Killer and then they get 12th and say like there's not a problem. And I'm pretty confident it's not Jack, and I think Chronic is kind of like the baby of the team, and First Killer has had issues in the past with like kind of trying to like control the team and like blaming the team, and like his dad tries to like be the manager and stuff. I don't know exactly how it all
For a quick
works.
second, we're talking about Chronic, the G2 Chronic, right?
Chronic, the Genji Chronic.
Who am I thinking of then?
Atomic? G2 Atomic? Atomic, Beast Mode, Daniel are G2.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I'm just
Before
confusing
G2
them.
was JNAP's Chicago, Atomic. It's been Atomic for years.
Okay. I guess I'm just confusing then.
Chronic was on, I think Genji was Chronic's first main roster. Chronic, Appjack, and Nolly. But anyways.
I only know who Chronic is because I watched him absolutely destroy Alpha Cap in a wager match.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know.
What are you planning on doing? I see you're in Rocket League and looks like you're warming up or something. So.
I'm just doing something to do something for now, but I mean, I'm probably going to bed soon since I start working on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to start actually getting up at the time that I would normally be getting up.
I went to
And-
bed super late well, I fell asleep super late last night, so I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
So I should also go to bed as early as possible, but it'll still be a little bit later for me. Probably 1 to 1:30 I'll go.
I mean, I was up past 2 and I got up at 8:45 for church, so didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I'm trying to get a lot of sleep tonight and wake up at a normal time and then be on schedule.
Yeah, I probably got 6 hours of sleep last night.
Which means I think my goal is going to be to wake up at like 8:15 most days, which means go to bed at like
I was gonna say 11:30.
11:30.
Yeah, that
Because
checks out.
I definitely don't go to bed right away. So basically, I mean, like I said, I'll get back at 4-ish. Probably a little after 4. And that might change, but, and honestly, when I get home, I'll probably just chill out, enjoy my little bit of time before dinner. And then after dinner, I'll hop on stream. So then I'll basically be streaming like 7 to 11:30 probably.
I'm stuck in this weird state where I'm trying to yawn, but I don't need to. Or I need to yawn, but I can't. I don't know what's going on. I blame the really cold water that I just drank. I was gonna say something, I have no idea what it was anymore. Oh, the church got out. I looked at my phone. I saw you streaming already. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I mean,
Got
my
home
church
quick. When
my-
does your church start?
starts at 9:30,
Oh, that's why.
goes to 10, a little after 10:30 normally. Then we get home around 11. I
11
waited.
to 12:30 for me.
11 to 12:30. Wow, that's late. Our second service is at 10:45.
We only have the one services. One service.
The one services.
One survey. We used to have. I don't know actually. No, we've never had 2 morning ones, but we used to have an after like an evening one.
Oh, you know, before COVID we had 2 services going on at the same time. We have like a traditional service and then a contemporary. So all the old people on one end, all the young people on the other. And then our second service was just another contemporary service, and then we would have like daycare and stuff during both services. But then,
I go to a pretty small church. It's probably only
yeah, a little
50
different.
or 60 people on a good day. That's like a really good day.
Yeah, I'd say
It's tiny.
we have a large church, not not mega, not massive. There's like when I went to Messiah, there's a church near there that's even bigger than ours, and I was like, is this like a normal church? And honestly, I'd call that like a massive church. A lot of people. But I mean, yeah, my church has like two small parking lots that are like not very well designed, and like there's like a one-way section to get from one parking lot to the other.
We have a small parking lot that's not in good shape, and it's shared with some storefronts around us.
Yeah. No, ours is shared with storefronts around, but most of them aren't even open on Sundays, so yeah, we normally park in front of like a bank or some office building that's right there. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I could give you an estimate on number of people. It's probably like, I mean, well, number of people that go to our church versus like number of people that are there at one time are probably slightly different. Like I said,
Yeah,
we have
that's
like
the same
different
with ours.
demographics and stuff, but like 500 total people, and there's probably like 300 there at a time or something. I don't know. Because we also have a fairly, like I said, we still have a fairly big, like, younger audience. So, anyways.
I'm like the only one there who's my age. I don't go to the classes anymore. I'm just chilling in the service.
Yeah.
Because everyone in the classes is probably under 15.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, my girlfriend, her church, like, they have like a Sunday school hour, or like her parents still go to Sunday school, quote unquote. And I'm like, huh? Sunday school is for kids that aren't mature enough to be in the service.
pretty much, yeah.
And I'm like, why do you still go to a Sunday school? And like, I don't know. It's weird.
I mean,
They do it
you have
differently in Pennsylvania than I'm ever used to. But
Is there a class at your church for like the older kids?
I guess that's true. Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of.
I wouldn't really consider it a Sunday school. It's much closer to a Bible study than anything.
Yeah, yeah. Because, well, I mean, as people, like, I was kind of there during a time when some people like left and some people joined, and we'd figure stuff out. But I can't remember in like middle school, because I know in like middle school / high school, I would go down and I would help with the little kids. I would be like one of the helpers and be like,
I can't handle kids.
let's go over this Bible study. I mean, I was mainly just there to like be their play toy. But I think we would every once in a while meet as like high schoolers, but most of the time after middle school it was go to the service. But no, yeah, I went to my girlfriend's church and we went to quote unquote Sunday school, and I was like, okay, surely it's not that bad. And I went and it was pretty bad. It was like, let's read this passage. Let me ask you a blatant question about that passage, and wait for someone to raise their hand, and nobody would raise their hand, and then you're like, Jonah was swallowed by a whale. How long was he in there for? A long time. I don't know.
Dude, the double letters, bro. I might hop on some PoE, but I might actually go get some food first. But I don't
Yeah, I
know
mean,
how much
honestly,
PoE.
like feel free to like do a little progression without me. Like,
Yeah, I definitely have thought about it. I was like, maybe I'll hop on for a little bit and like more deeply explore the areas and take a much longer time reading things and trying to figure out
yeah,
what's going on more, but I wouldn't try to make too much progress without you.
yeah. Like, don't
At
go to
least
Act
not
3,
until
but
we get not until we get much later. then I may
then
may
it just
move on.
becomes down to grinding. Like,
Yeah, I can't really do that
yeah.
with you
There's
when we're
only
stealing
so
each other's
much-
loot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, we mostly want
Our
different
weapons are
things.
different, but
Yeah.
yeah.
When you're going like evasion versus, I don't understand like the evasion score, because normally evasion's like out of 100, like your chance to dodge or something.
No,
But-
evasion. I figured out what I heard it said exactly what it is, and I cannot remember what it was.
Okay.
But it's not the same. I don't think it's the same as dodge.
Yeah.
It's. I can't remember what it is. But I just watched a beginner's guide. They kept saying follow a build guide.
Yeah,
I don't
everybody
wanna do that.
recommends following build guides.
I don't want to do that. I don't even care. Like, I'm not like against build guides. I just don't want to. I'd
Yeah.
rather sit there and have to figure it out. It's just more fun.
Yeah, if you know what you're gonna click, it like takes away a whole part of the game,
Yeah,
in a sense.
and I feel like I
But-
don't learn when I follow something that intensely. But and I have a little bit of experience with this kind of stuff, just a tiny bit. So I semi know what's going on. It's just the game's overwhelming. Oh, one thing I did read though, or I saw, heard, listened to. Pretty much ignore any weapon that doesn't have 4 sockets. at least later on.
Okay.
At this point, we should be probably getting those orbs. I don't know what the orbs are called anymore. I don't know them all by name yet. But there are orbs that will add.
Augmentation, orb of coloring, orb of adding
Coloring.
sockets.
Yeah. But you can add sockets, and there's also orbs that will select or change how many are linked together. You should have
Okay.
quad links. At least
Yeah.
quad links. You can go up to 6, but those are hard to get, especially for us right now.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna try and use some of the tips that I learned. Like I'm gonna start looking for resistance, and apparently you should have like 1 life flask just to be safe, and then everything else should be leech, including your mana, like life steal and stuff like that. I think that's what it's called in PoE. But like you should have, because I've seen it a couple times, but like every kill I would get, I could possibly regen 10 mana per kill, which is quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't need to have a mana flask. What it appears that everybody uses in their flasks is those like unique flasks, like the Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, everybody uses those for quick
Is it
buffs
for
and stuff.
utility versus life and mana?
Yeah.
I get life
And I
and
also
mana in
have-
other ways.
Yeah, I also think I've heard that I'm not really sure exactly how it works, but pretty much you probably already have, but I went through and I turned my primary into a move only. My primary attack, so I no longer
Oh, yeah. I have it on my
I
mouse.
can okay. I can no longer because apparently you just give up on it. Like the dude
Your main
said the
attack?
moment your
I've
main
never-
attack,
I
your
hate my
regular
main
arrows.
attack.
I don't I hate it too. I just like feel like I should be using it, but I don't because it's so weak. But the dude said pretty much as soon as you pick up a gem from the spawn, like the very first weapon you pick up and the very first gem you get,
Yeah.
you should just delete your main attack. Literally like 30
mean,
seconds into your playthrough.
I did figure that out pretty quickly. Like, after we went through that like first tutorial area, I was like,
Yeah, I wasn't using it. I was just throwing
smacked-
fire arrows
yeah,
everywhere.
I smacked the boss with my right click every time, and I'm like, huh, that seemed pretty good. And then I continued trying it, and I'm like, huh, yeah, this thing attacks pretty fast, and it seems like it
switch
does more
back?
damage. And I was like, my main attack seems useless.
Yeah, I wanted
Other than
to.
the fact that I mana, but
I was definitely not really using my main attack until I like maybe needed to get my mana regen a second, but I
Yeah.
just felt like I wanted it.
yeah.
What are we talking about? PoE, Path of Exile. Nautic is in your chat.
Ah, yeah. Action RPG. That just released a sequel into early access.
There's a few other things that I learned about it, but I don't
Yeah, I
really
mean, you aren't gonna
what
remember
they were
everything.
exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I like go watch a video about a game, and then I go play that game with my friend, and I'm like, okay, I watched a video, and then as we go, I'm like, oh yeah, there's this, and then it's like, oh yeah, there's
you gotta-
this.
It's what's it called? Recall and recognition.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, at this point, like in my build, I don't even like use my right click anymore. I have my freaking slam attack.
Your slam is I can't tell when I'm like helping you do damage or if your slam is just so powerful I'm not getting anything.
I have no
I
idea
really
either.
don't know. That's why I like really one of the main reasons I want to try and play alone. See, like,
Yeah.
am I underpowered here, or am I just being carried by Xander here? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But I just place my ballistas everywhere, and then maybe freeze people occasionally. That's about it. Because my ballistas are so powerful, I can.
Yeah, like you have like 3 of them
I've discovered
down.
that if you just I think I can have 3 at a time, and then they attack them, and then
Yep.
they'll break.
Yep.
But if I just constantly spam it, they'll
It
shoot the
resets
moment
them.
I put them.
Yeah, it
so
resets the reload.
I reset the cooldown, and as long as I don't run out of mana, it's fine.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like I'm not playing as a ranger. I feel like I'm playing something else.
Is it
Like I feel
bird
like I should be
spawner, an
using a
engineer?
bow. Yeah, I feel like I should be using a bow, and that's what I signed up for, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll probably change later on.
Mhm.
Oh, I learned.
There it
Quality.
is.
Quality is the increase of the base damage of the weapon.
Like rare magic, or magic rare.
No, quality is a
Oh,
stat.
oh, yeah, yeah. The quality, yeah, like plus 13.
It's it's just the
It's
base
the
weapon, the base damage of the weapon. I think that was the other, like, pretty much all the other things I learned is like some stat tricks. I kind of understand what some of them are now. I cannot remember what evasion was, but he said it.
No, I mean honestly, I think I found like a god weapon for where we're at, because my weapons were doing like, they were doing like 19 to 40, I think, at one point. Then I got an upgrade to like 30 to 50 maybe. But
Yeah,
then the
no,
one
you're
I'm
doing
using
so
now,
much more damage than
no, but then the one I got now is like 60 to 120 or something.
Yeah, I might be doing 16 to 40. I might be. I don't even. I
But-
think it might be like 16 to 32 or something.
Yeah, but do you attack faster than me? It seems like you attack
I
a lot
don't
faster. but
know, but I'm not using that attack.
I don't know if attack. Yeah, because well,
I don't
like
know.
some of the
I
skill
don't know
gems are like
how the
85% of
gems-
attack speed. Or like
I don't know how the gems interact with like your base weapon, because
yeah,
my
it's hard
ballistas
to know.
don't. I just spawn them.
You know, honestly, when I picked that slam skill gem, like the only reason, not the only reason, but one of the reasons that I picked it was because like a streamer that I watched had said that word before. Like it's called Sunder, and I had heard him say Sunder before, so I was like, oh, okay, this is probably good. And I just went with it.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong, and evasion is yeah, okay, I think I'm wrong, and evasion is like dodge, but I must be thinking of something else.
But if you get like 200 evasion, what does that even in terms of like dodge?
What's the
damage?
unit?
Like, yeah,
I don't know, because I saw builds that had like 48,000 evasion.
Yeah, exactly. So what's a little 100 gonna do? Does it scale with like? I have no idea.
I don't know. It looks like you can only... Yeah, chance to hit cannot be lower than 5% in PoE, so you can only get to 95% evasion.
That's better than the limit of 60%. Ditto.
I also learned that there are I learned what unique weapons kind of are. They have unique stats to them.
The orange one.
I don't. I'm not really sure what I'm talking about here. I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm pretty sure there are unique weapons. Like there are some boots that have, based on the name, they are. I think it might be like magic weapons that do this. I'm really not sure. But you can get boots that have like extra high movement speed and stuff, rather than being just a base thing that you add stats to.
Uh-huh.
You can find things that are unique, but
It'd be like
I'm really just
kill
kind of
cores,
yapping here.
gloves. Like,
Yeah, I think it would have some goofy name like that. But
yeah.
I really have no clue. I'm just spitting stuff.
Well, okay, so one, like, I don't know, I want to know, like, obviously it seems like rare items have a lot more bonuses than magic items, and magic items obviously have more than a base weapon. So is it, like, rare items will always have a higher, like, possible cap than the others, or can you, I mean, obviously you can make, you can change.
Cap for what?
Like if you were to get a weapon that was gray, right? And you get
Yeah.
that same weapon and it's rare, is the gray one ever worth taking? Like that's my question. Is it like, should I only ever go for the rare items?
I wouldn't know that. I have taken some gray items because I know what the bow's physical damage is, and I have the orb that can make it rare.
Yeah.
However, I did hear earlier that we should probably be saving those. Not really sure why.
Yeah, I mean orbs
But-
seem like you should only use them once you have something you want to keep like pretty long term.
Yeah, but I really don't know that what like rarities kind of mean yet,
Yeah.
or
And
what a
then-
lot of this. I learned what some of the stats mean, and I learned some good tips and tricks to make the game a bit easier to play. That's kind of about it.
Yeah. Because my other question is like, does the like precursor or like the pre-word on something matter? Like sometimes you get like superior boots of whatever, or like I don't know if that superior means anything or if it's just part of the naming.
The whole name might mean something, but the superior might just be nothing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'd have to
it's
point it
a
out next time we play, but
maybe it's a unique item or something. No, I've definitely seen that. I think I had a few bows go through my inventory that were goofy named like that, but I don't know.
all right, I'm yawning, getting tired. I should go to bed.
You should go to bed, and
So-
I should go find some food, and then I might play like an hour PoE, and then go to bed,
Sounds good.
and maybe fall asleep.
Yeah.
You have a friend named the Diddler.
That
and he's
is
playing a
not
Assetto
it.
Corsa. That is Nautic? Yo,
is
bro
Nautic.
plays Assetto Corsa?
Yes.
What he's doing, no hezzy?
But yeah, I mean, I'll still stream tomorrow. I might stream early, maybe play some Rocket League during the day. I'll be up so early, but we'll see.
If I go to bed at a decent time, I'll try to get out of bed at a decent time so that I
Yeah,
can
maybe we can
feel
do
like I have a
PoE.
successful day. Yeah,
Or
Maybe we
Brisedo,
can-
or whatever.
anything, honestly. If we're going to play some PoE, we should. I feel like we should both kind of sit down and scroll through a few videos, not super long ones, but some short ones. See if we can figure a few things out. But
Yeah, or yeah,
rather,
do
rather
that
than
while
just
I-
move through the act, so that we can do it in the most efficient way.
Yeah.
Or if you got other time, and you don't have to do it while we're playing. But
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I just hop on the Rocket League and be like, I'm just gonna hop in training for a little bit and watch some videos since nobody's here. Yeah, for the-
But yeah, I think you can trade for. I'm not sure if there's other ways to get the currency. There's probably really not. Maybe like through a special event or something. But I think it's the only microtransaction you'd have to make. But you have to buy a slot in your stash. But I think that's only to use the website that everyone trades on. I'm pretty sure you can trade without it, since it's kind of a go and click on the person and then click trade. People just use the stats so that the website knows what you're trying to sell.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
But it's
and-
only like $5, and you can get that from a few CS crates. So
You can get- yeah, we haven't played CS in a while.
I want to. I saw you guys launch it, and I was like, oh, I'll launch it, and I realized I forgot I had a crate in my inventory, so I put it on the marketplace.
I thought about trying to get them to run a game, but they were dipping, so I was like, man,
Yeah, they're at the.
another time.
They're getting even closer to their finals, so I
Yep.
expect them to be around even less. So, but it won't be too long, and then they'll be. I don't know. People will be doing Christmas stuff, so they probably won't be around really either.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
I don't know, I'll be
Declan
around.
will be. Connor probably won't, because, like you said, his internet sucks.
I think not next weekend, but the weekend after, I'll be on the other side of the state for Christmas. But then I should be back home, and I'll be home until January or something like that. So, yeah, I am not sure, but I will definitely be around for Christmas.
I definitely have some family coming, and I think Sarah's coming down like after Christmas, but the New Year. So basically, like from Christmas to New Year's, I'll be not on much, but probably at nights for a little bit at least.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna not bring something up so that you can go to bed.
Yeah, I was about to say,
You said you were
I'm
gonna
gonna call it. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. See ya.
Good boy. Alrighty. Thanks for watching our list stream. For one last quick peek at it. Oop, where is it? Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. There's the list. I don't know why my cursor's gone. Oh, probably because I still have Rocket League open. Yeah, let me just Alt F4. What the heck is happening? Exit to main menu. The game. Thank you, I have a cursor now. Anyways. So our aggregate was Zen, Monkey Moon, PRK, Beast Mode, Vati, which according to our list would have France winning the World Cup. But according to my list, it's a little bit closer because I have Clears and TRK over Vati. But anyways, then we got Daniel mainly because of me. Like Daniel's low and Beast Mode could be a little bit like one or two up because of me. But Beast Mode here. We got Yan. Maybe a little high, but yeah, Yan, Itachi, LJ. Rally probably a little low because of Declan. Atto, Clears. Again, Clears definitely deserves to be bumped up a little bit after FIFA E. Seiko, FK, boo, get him out of here. Nopo, hopefully he has a good season. Appjack, I like the Appjack over Atomic, huge. We got Oski Lost, Archie Rise, Alpha Joyo. Basically, you got Oxygen plus Rise, then a Lost pick and a CRR pick, and then we got Juicy and Fever and Banana Head, and then a few little honorable mentions. Nasus, I feel like, is gonna jump up this next season, but we shall see. Anyways, I'm going to bed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Streams are going to be more night-based after Wednesday because I start my job. We'll see. But thanks for watching. Peace.